This is your dose of daily market wisdom with master trader Nick Santiago. Starting from humble beginnings, Nick has been beating the markets for over 2 decades. He shares with you his take on the profitable trades that will have you moving towards financial freedom in no time at all. To see an in-depth review of his track record and much more, go to inthemoneystocks.com. Welcome. This is your daily dose of daily market wisdom with master trader Nick Santiago. I'm Kerry Lutz. Today is 10/24/22, and this is show number 435. So we got mixed markets this morning, Nick.
Yeah, we got some mixed markets today. You have the Dow up 250 points. The NASDAQ is down about 70 points, which is a decline of around 0.6%. I never like the markets, Kerry, when the Dow is leading. I just don't think that's a healthy sign. Anytime the Dow, which is just 30 stocks that are price cap weighted, they're not even market cap weighted in that index. When they show leadership, that's usually a troublesome sign. I'm not going to make much out of it today because we're just coming back from an options expiration trading week. But overall, I just don't think that's a good sign. And I never like to see the NASDAQ lagging. The NASDAQ and the Russell are both kind of weak today.
All right. Like you said, options X, so we'll have to wait and see what happens later in the week. But really the big story is what's happening in China.
Yeah, I got to say, the Chinese ADRs are getting absolutely pounded. Most of them were at 52-week lows already. But you got a stock like Alibaba today down almost 18% at $59. I believe this is below its IPO price. And again, when you see something like this, you just have to shake your head. About 10 months ago, I told my members in Bullseye we are no longer trading Chinese ADRs. And a lot of them emailed me and said, "What are you, crazy? We've done so well on these." I said, the Chinese government is really unpredictable. I don't want to be handcuffed to the news each and every day. And today we wake up and we see stocks like Alibaba, JD, BIDU, all the Chinese ADRs just getting absolutely crushed. And, they have another lockdown going on in one of their major cities. I believe the economic data over the weekend was also weak. And I believe President Xi also was reelected. So for another 5 or 6 years, I don't know how they work out their term schedule. But this is just baffling. And again, this is why you have to use charts, because I saw something break there 10, 11 months ago, and I've stayed away from it. I didn't trade it or short it, but I stayed away from it. And those Chinese ADRs, I've made a lot of money in the past on them. And again, it was the right thing to do. And the charts, again, proving it correct.
All right. Well, just yet another instance where the charts tell the story long before the news ever carries it. And
it's really amazing.
Mm-hmm. All right. So energy, what's going on in energy?
Well, energy is strong again. I have to say, oil is basically flat on the day, but we have all of the energy stocks. It doesn't matter if it's the oil and gas exploration ETF or the Select Energy Spider Fund. They're all higher today. The integrateds are higher. But the big story of the day is really natural gas. Natural gas finally catching a bid after getting absolutely hammered. Remember last week we talked about it. Everybody loved it at 10. Nobody loves it at 5. And today, Nat Gas up about 5% on the session. So again, this is why you have to use charts. Full disclosure, I own natural gas via the UNG, via UNG call options. And again, today that position is looking pretty good.
All right. So when we look at what's going on in Europe, though, with Nat Gas.
Well, I mean, listen, Europe is a failed science project. I mean, they got LNG ships all over Spain filled with natural gas. I know the prices are swinging from, sky high levels to negative. It's really just a mess. But I will say this. Europe will go through that natural gas when the winter season hits, like Gatorade goes through a Florida State football game. It's going to go by quickly. These guys are going to be looking for more. And I love natural gas at this level here. I don't care where you buy it.
All right, so Nat Gas, and what's Nat Gas at right now in the U.S.?
Right now it's at 517, up about 4.25%.
And that's down from almost 10, huh?
Yeah, that's down from 10. And when we hit the $10 level, you got to remember everybody was going googly over it. And we talked about it here. It's parabolic. It needs to come back in. Now it's down at 5 and nobody wants it, right? So it just goes to show you how everybody is just a false prey to the psychology of, getting in with the crowd.
Yeah. All right. Well, that I find always fascinating. Everybody thought, when you look what's happening with energy, I don't know if you caught that article. We have a 25-day supply of diesel fuel.
That's right.
That's a bit concerning, isn't it?
It's very concerning, and again, it just gets swept under the rug. Nobody cares, but we have big energy problems in this country and around the world, and they can be solved very, very easily. We just have an administration that just refuses to do it.
Yeah. Well, what else is new?
What else is new? This is welcome to the wacky world of professional politics. I was going to say professional wrestling, but politics blows that out of the water.
Ain't that the truth? Ain't that the truth? All right. So finally, we look at gold and cryptos.
Yeah. So today we got gold slumping a little bit. Remember, gold was always takes a beating during options X. It actually caught a bit on Friday. Now today, gold is slumping a little bit. It's not down all that much. Down about a little over 0.25%. But the point is that, it just doesn't ever seem to have a lot of momentum. Either way, gold could bounce here a little bit, but as you know, the major bottom is still down the road a little bit for gold. But what I am seeing some strength in out here lately was platinum. Platinum's been acting well. So that's a precious metal that's doing good. And silver putting in a little bit of a pause after a very, very good Friday. So we'll be watching that chart pattern. Full disclosure, I own SLV. I own calls on SLV as well. Also, when you go to Bitcoin, Bitcoin's treading some water today. So it was positive a little while ago, trading around 19,250. Now it's at 19,210 on the futures, just down 0.25%. But, the overall picture for Bitcoin is lower. I think it's going sub 13,000, more likely 12,000. Before there's any kind of a real decent bottom in place.
Mm-hmm. That much lower. Well, it'll be interesting to watch it in these coming months and see what happens. And in the meantime, you should go over to Nick's site, inthemoneystocks.com, see what his latest calls are, where he's made money recently, where he's lost money. And while you're at it, take a look at the Twitter feeds at ITMS, at Nick Santiago01, at Kerry Lutz. Send us your comments on the YouTube channel, as well as email kl@kerrylutz.com. Let us know how you're playing all these trends now. Are you long gold? Are you long energy? Are you long both? We'd love to know. We'd love to hear from you. And Nick, we will talk to you on Wednesday.
Sounds good, Kerry.